Tyron Smith, welcome. California guy goes to USC. Was there even a chance you would leave the state?
There was a chance. My thing was if I didn't get an offer from SC, then I was thinking about if I was able to get into LSU, I was gonna go there since I got family in Louisiana.
Now that's two completely different worlds. So what is the family thinking about this? Because I know mom wants her baby to stay home. Maybe they want you to do what's best for you. What were those conversations like?
Definitely my mom wanted me close.
Yeah.
And so most of my family was in California, so everybody wanted me close to be able to go to the games, things like that. But at the end of the day, it was more something that was best for me, what I wanted to do. They understood that.
And when you think back to those USC memories, what pops in? Because a lot of times you go away for college and your college memories are over here, your high school memories are over here, but you really went right down the road.
I kind of got reminded by it because since Coach Carroll's here, he's coaching our team for the Pro Bowl. Yeah. And just the whole team meeting, it was never boring. And you go in the meeting and then it's kind of hype, everybody's so much energy going on, so you never feel like you was going to fall asleep in the meeting or anything like that. But it was kind of college was just fun. It was you enjoy playing football. You didn't even know that you were actually working hard because you have so much fun.
And you were there, at the end of that heyday, so you were really kind of like a LA celebrity as a 17, 18-year-old kid, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, as an offensive line, we don't really think that way. So
True.
Usually all the skill guys get all that stuff, and so for us, it's just, we stayed as a group and we always hung out with each other, but we didn't pay attention to all the real hype on other things going on.
What was your draft day experience like? Obviously, everybody knew where you were going. It was going to be early, so did that affect the shock, the emotion of it all, because you knew it was going to happen?
Honestly, I was surprised because you never know how the thing goes. You never know where you're really going to go because some team might be interested in you and another one might be. And so when you actually get picked, it's kind of like a big relief that you actually ended up somewhere. And so that's why I was blessed to be in Dallas, and kind of just as soon as I got there, it was just like a good fit in. Everybody just kind of brought me in like family, and so it just fit perfectly.
What was the first early struggle going from college to pro?
Going to college to pro, for me, it was the lockout. I didn't have the whole off-season training part or being able to learn everything early, so it was more of, hey, you got the phone call, hey, his training camp's about to start, you need to get here. and so I didn't know. I had a hard time with the playbook my first year. I didn't get get jump started like everybody else usually does. And so I had a couple older guys that kind of helped me along the way, and every play or just every game, it just kind of helped me out and made everything slow down for me.
And what did you learn that you then use now with younger guys, now that you're an established veteran? Because lineman, you got 5 minds who have to be thinking like one. So a young rookie comes in. How do you manage that, making sure everyone has the chemistry?
For us, we make sure everybody's on the same page, even if it's the backup, or because you never know what could happen. But for a young guy, I just tell him, just communicate, man. There's nothing wrong with just communicating with us and asking questions, because we don't want to be out there in the field and you freaking out and asking a question like, what we do here? So we're going to make sure everything's right before we step on the field, no matter who it is.
Dallas game day experience is similar to a college experience, the way that the city, the community comes around it. What was your pregame routine in college versus the NFL? Were there any differences?
Back in college, it was just, so far back, it's kind of just, I don't know, we just had our routine as far as being at the college scene. We all walk down the steps like we usually do, and then it's kind of just, you take it all in as you're walking along across the field. And once we got to our locker room, it was just, I know everybody just felt like they was together. Everybody puts their headphones on and kind of listen to what they want to listen to. Going to the NFL, it was kind of kept the same way. For me, not the whole thing, everybody traveling together. I'm in my car listening to my own music and things like that, driving up to the stadium, but same thing, put my headphones on, listen to music that's going to get me going.
The NFL is an ever-changing thing, and like you said, you've been here for a minute now. Do you see young defensive linemen with different skill sets than some of the veterans?
I think it's always something, everybody's learning some kind of new technique. There's always something new that everybody's learning, so some of the young guys do come in with some kind of new style. But it all relates to how everything got started.
What advice would you give to a rookie right now preparing for the combine, preparing for the draft, to where they wouldn't have to struggle the way that you did? I know you had the lockout, but what advice would you give a young guy?
Just prepare like crazy. Every team likes a smart guy. If you know what you do on the field and you know how to do it, it'll go a long way with a lot of these coaches. And effort's the biggest thing, because effort can beat out talent any day. If the guy has talent, no effort. And so just go out there and just show the effort, show you're willing to work and work hard every day. That's the biggest thing.
That's a Pete Carroll quote if I ever heard one. That's awesome. The college landscape is changing. Some teams are going out there throwing that ball 60, 70 times a game.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it was about the running back. Now it's about the quarterback and the receivers. If you were back in college right now, would there be anything different? Would you be nervous about the fact or mad that you're not just lowering your head and running over a guy anymore?
Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I'm more of a guy, like, tell me what to do and I'm going to go do it. That's the play we're running, that's the play we're running. But, you know, as an offensive line, we love to run the ball. Like, that's anybody else. But in the same sense, I love pass setting, too. So I like doing both, and so it doesn't bother me at one bit at all.
When you think back to USC and those great times there, whenever you go home to California, what's the first image that pops in your mind?
It just brings back a lot of memories, and it's kind of sometimes overwhelming because you kind of you start driving past old neighborhoods and everywhere you used to go. But it's a good feeling, man. And for me, when I go back home, my first thing I think about is just food. Just go all to my good food spots I used to love out there.
One of the biggest trends now are guys transferring. There's this transfer portal. There is guys going on. And do you see it as a selfish act? Do you see it as doing what's best for them? How would you handle it if you were in that situation?
Kids nowadays, they just making the best opportunity for them so they can move on to the next level. You know, obviously you can't just do that when you go to the next level and it's just like transfer when you want to transfer. But these kids just trying to make a better opportunity for themselves and not, you know, just sit behind somebody for the rest of their college career. And so I completely agree. If you feel like you're not getting the play to where you can move to the next level, being where you're at, then yeah, you should go somewhere else to where you are. Look at that, be able to get noticed. That's the biggest thing, get noticed somewhere.
This upcoming draft is really based around the quarterbacks. There's a lot of talented guys coming in. As a veteran offensive lineman, what advice would you give to a quarterback coming in to establish chemistry? Because you got 10 other guys looking at you to tell you what to do, and really you're the new guy.
Just be close to your guys. Like, just get to know everybody in the locker room. And that's what I can say about our quarterback we have right now. He knows he gets along with everybody in the locker room, and he knows everybody on the personal level. You can do that, and you can communicate with anybody, and you know how everybody works, and that's the biggest thing.
A lot of first-round picks come in and have immediate success, but a lot of them also fizzle out. So what's the difference between a young offensive lineman that can come and play right away like you did, and one that maybe is a step behind?
Like I said before, it's just knowing the game. If you know what to do, then it goes a long way. That's pretty much our thing is. If you know the play and you know how to do it and you get the job done, then it's gonna work.
Everybody has their fight song, and although this might make some people upset, USC without question has the most iconic one with the fight on. What is that all about?
You know, for us, it's a kind of a way to get us hyped, and it kind of just it's tradition. It's the biggest thing. It's just showing respect to the tradition that's been built up for so many years, and so it just that's the thing. Just keep it going and just fight on.